Hi everybody, welcome. Join in the discussion or hold on to your tea or coffee. Okay, I'm only joking. It is Sunday today, so we are not getting too deep and too heavy today. Although I have to mention that I have been watching the bombing of Iran sporadically. I'm going to keep my opinion to myself, except to say two things. Go watch a channel called Redacted and a video titled They Predicted War, and it is here. That very much explains my train of thought. I am, number one, concerned about America's sons and daughters again fighting on foreign soil, and secondly, I fear retaliation, something like, say, 9/11. And that will be all from me on this particular subject, at least for now. I'm also keeping an eye on the upcoming supposed alien UFO disclosure, which President Trump promised. I am, however, willing to say that I'm not holding my breath. They have been releasing some stuff like footage taken during military exercises and so forth, but not much in terms of explanation. So I'm expecting more of that, basically to distract us from the United States' participation in the war in the Middle East and the Epstein files. I obviously hope that I'm wrong, but I will not be surprised if I am correct. Okay, but we'll talk about all of that elsewhere or in another video. I do not know how to put this gently, but I have been hearing and receiving some rather stunning news. Not meaning stunning as in beautiful or nice, but rather in the sense that it stunned me into silence, at least for a full hour. Now hold on to your hats and swallow your tea. We do not want any accidents while I share this with you. Please note that I have no way to verify these pieces of news. So at this point, what I'm going to tell you next is indeed hearsay. The first item goes like this. Remember, the Queen made Charles her sole heir in order to save on inheritance tax. As you know, the King does not pay inheritance tax. So the idea was that once the estate was settled, he would gift some of it to the Queen's other children and grandchildren. Some of her belongings, I'm not sure exactly what, artworks, jewelry, horses, not sure. However, it did not work that way, did it? The Queen had not even settled properly into a coffin yet when Charles sold some of her horses and moved some of her personal belongings out of Windsor Castle and moved some of his own in. Now, I know that included artwork, furniture, etc. So I think, partially because he knows what he did, he decided not to follow the Queen's lead. I am, however, told that no, I'm wrong, and that a decision he took recently has absolutely nothing to do with that at all. Firstly, I'm told that Charles's secondary health issue is indeed getting worse, and Charles himself now believes that he has months and not years left to live. Yes, I have been told some things, but again, I'm not saying much to keep things from you or out of love for Charlie, but it is just that I think it is rather disgusting and very bad taste to discuss someone's ultimate demise in detail. What I am, however, willing to say is that it is clear from various bruisings on his face, his hands, and his feet that he does not have enough oxygen in his blood, which in turn could indicate heart and lung problems, or heart or lung problems. That's all. The rest will come out in due time, okay? The thing is that even those who do not like the king within the royal households are quite empathetic at the moment, and had said that his health had indeed declined fast since January. My contact says that, like his mother, he is shrinking fast and bruising is showing up all over. Okay, again, let's leave that there. The point is that the king is himself less optimistic about his health than he was a year ago. And my source tells me that everyone agrees that Charles will likely not be able to visit the United States towards end of April. And if he does go, it will be against medical advice. Okay, but I keep getting sidetracked. I'm told that yes, Charles did have his solicitors in, and that they worked at Buckingham Palace for quite a few days. I'm told that the talks and paperwork are or were so secretive that both Charles and his lawyers decided they will finish the work at Buckingham Palace in fear that a secretary or junior lawyer or even a cleaner may see or hear something and leak it, which is allegedly exactly what happened. Again, let me warn you that I have no way to verify this, and even my regular trusted contributors do not know and cannot confirm or deny this one. But allegedly, Charles is very worried about Harry. I'm told, yes, Harry has received some secret help from Charles, but some of it is so secret that Harry does not even know about it. But Charles does, and he knows that the day he passes on, it will all go away because William will not lift a finger to help Harry. And quite rightly so. So I'm not blaming William here at all. I'm also told that Charles has mentioned to at least two people, allegedly, apparently, that he fears that he does not have enough time left to rehabilitate and help Harry. This belief has allegedly spurred Charles on to change his will. And from what this person was told, Charles has decided to leave Balmoral to Harry. Now, let me just say that I find that extremely hard to believe. But because of what the person said next, I felt that there is a small chance that this may indeed be true. Allegedly, Charles knows that Meghan will never in her entire life stay at Balmoral for an extended period of time. He also knows that it will greatly upset the family, and therefore the chances are that William or Anne will offer to buy it back from Harry, with or without the 50,000-acre estate land. Harry should be able to pocket between 50 and 80 million pounds for that, depending on whether they include the land or not. There was also talk of Charles giving Harry Sandringham, but William and Kate's favourite family home is indeed Amner Hall on the Sandringham estate, and William's possible reaction to having Harry as neighbour and partial owner just would not work, and Charles is very aware of that. Now, I think, if true, that this is indeed rather shocking, if anyone knows whether there's any kind of truth in this, please let me know. I'm begging you. Remember, you can email me at bookwormonthecase.co.za. Okay, guys and girls, that's it from me for now. I'll be back tomorrow. So until then, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.